It seems like every day we got a new rapper crashing out, man. I don't know, like, what the hell's going on? We got too many crash out rappers, too many drill rappers. We need more where the Chance the Rappers at? You know what I'm saying? What a V's at? You know, you gotta be talking about drip and like just, you know, and fashion. It might do a little drug talk, that's cool, but don't be, why we gotta talk about bodies and everything every day, man? That's not fun. That ain't player. What part of the game is that? That's not part of the game that I know. I'm fucking
Right now,
great.
at 4:30, we're seeing chilling new videos showing the final moments of Cuban rapper El Tiger.
El Tiger is
was
crazy.
found with a gunshot wound to the head in the back of an SUV near Jackson Memorial Hospital.
Damn.
He died days later. For weeks, police searched for 49-year-old Goloso, who was eventually found in New York.
Okay.
We were there when he was walked into jail, asking him in Spanish if he killed El Tiger.
Damien, tú mataste el Tiger.
Turning now to some breaking news, the verdict is in the murder for hire trial of Cuban rapper Chocolate MC. A jury has found him guilty of avenging the death of El Tiger by putting out a bounty on the man accused of killing him.
In October of 2024,
and it's crazy.
Miami.
People be thinking that bounty shit is a game. If they catch you putting bounties on people, they're gonna do you worse than a murderer, bro. That's pretty much what happened to Max B. That's pretty much what happened to Lil Durk. It's pretty much happened to everybody. Like, they catch you and really can prove that you was putting money on people's heads and paying people to die. They asked me how many years he got. I'm like,
Police discovered Cuban reggaeton music star El Tiger, renamed Jose Salvador, shot in the head inside a black Mercedes SUV. Within days, the news rippled across the world, sparking grief, confusion, and a demand for answers. But beneath the public mourning, another more tense question started to form, one that wouldn't be fully understood for months. Because in the wake of El Tiger's death, a close friend and fellow artist, Chocolate MC, would be drawn into a storm of grief, anger, and whispers of retribution. Similar to the story of King Von and Lil Durk, his grief would cause him to make a rash decision, catching the attention of Miami-Dade detectives.
oh yeah, you can't play that down here.
And eventually landing him in a courtroom.
Can't let him do that
To
down here.
understand everything that followed, we need to know who El
Miami
Tiger
don't play.
was. Born Jose Saldivar in 1987, he emerged as a major voice in Cuba's urban and reggaeton scene. Fans admired him for bringing a distinctly Cuban voice to reggaeton, while his songs captured a world rooted in both tradition and modern street sounds. He started out in a group called Los Four. Eventually, he went solo, and that's when his signature tracks began to hit. His artistry even earned him international exposure, as his music was featured in the soundtrack of the movie The Fate of the Furious. At the time of his death in 2024, he was 37 years old.
Hello? Yes. I'm sorry it takes so long to pay. I know I gotta pay like I was actually gonna pay that before. I think it goes into foreclosure on the 15th, right? Okay. Okay, baby. All right, that's cool. I can do that. I can do that.
Okay, we can go ahead and process the payment now.
No, I'm just gonna be. Well, how I'm gonna do it is I'm just gonna break it down and call in different days and give him money. Tomorrow I might get 200. The day after I might get 100. Just break it down to foreclosure day.
Yeah, if you're doing it, it has to be at once. Yeah, I wish I could pay. I can make a deal with you.
I can't do what would be a low amount we could lock in, and then I could call you back in a couple days with the money. All right, but how long can we lock that in for?
8 minutes. Friday.
All right, I can work with you. I can do that.
Right.
Yeah, this is a good number. This is a good number. No, for sure. I appreciate you for calling. All right, for sure. I'll hit you.
His loss was deeply felt in his community.
Okay, how you get
On
caught
October
up?
3rd, 2024, Miami police responded to a call and found a black Mercedes SUV. Inside was El Tiger, barely alive, suffering from a gunshot wound to the head.
Dang.
Immediately, investigators noticed something unusual. They later said they didn't believe the shooting happened there. Evidence suggested the SUV wasn't the crime scene. It was where his body was placed afterward.
Right.
He was rushed to Jackson Memorial Hospital, where surgeons performed emergency procedures.
Damn.
Outside, fans gathered. Fellow artists shared tributes on social
Damn.
media. The Cuban community in Miami braced for updates. For days, he remained on life support. On October 10th,
They dragged
those
him out?
updates stopped. El Tiger was officially pronounced dead from his injuries. Authorities classified the case as a homicide, and an autopsy confirmed a single gunshot to the head. As detectives followed leads, one name emerged: Damian Valdez Galasso. Over the following weeks, he was identified as a suspect and eventually charged, including counts of first-degree murder. A community mourned, but for those closest to El Tiger, the grief was only beginning.
Chocolate seat. Whoa.
Among the people hit
This is
hardest
homie.
by the news was Chocolate MC, renamed Yosvanes Hernandez. He's one of the most recognizable figures in Cuban urban music. He'd known Tiger
Okay.
since their teenage years, and for anyone who followed them, the friendship was no secret. As soon as El Tiger was hospitalized, Chocolate appeared in public and online, praying, posting tributes, and pleading for recovery.
Right.
He lit candles in front of Jackson Memorial Hospital and released a tribute music video called Des Confianza, filmed at the hospital while El Tiger was still fighting for his life. For Chocolate MC, this was personal.
Right.
And according to police and
That's a real one.
prosecutors, that grief was about to take a darker turn.
Okay.
Chocolate was no stranger to crime. A video released of him holding a man at gunpoint after an argument.
Cuban rapper Chocolate MC, or Josvani Sierra Hernandez, with a new mugshot and back in jail, this time on aggravated battery and kidnapping related charges.
That's really what it
Record show
is.
A fan approached the singer at a supermarket on Opalaca Boulevard. The fan was starstruck for the wrong reasons, after police say the singer pointed a gun on his chest and forced him to surrender his car and demanded money. Records go on to say Chocolate forced his fan to drive around several locations for about 2 hours.
2
The
hours.
reggaetonero was
They be doing
eventually arrested.
See what I was saying? Street guys just be doing a lot of stupid shit. So if fan walk up on you, he clearly not on that. You press him, rob him, then you make him drive you around, and then you probably take his car. What the fuck? Why would you do that?
With something like this in mind, it's no surprise that his friend's death would further lead him into crime. On December 12, 2024, 2 months after the murder, Chocolate MC was arrested by Miami-Dade police.
Yeah.
The charge? Authorities accused him of making written threats toward Damian Galasso, the man charged with killing El Tiger. Police seized his phone and social media accounts. What they found became the centerpiece of a much larger investigation.
Okay.
According to prosecutors, Chocolate MC allegedly offered money for Damian to be killed, even while Damian was held inside the Miami-Dade jail system. They said Chocolate posted an Instagram story offering $20,000 and a year of commissary to anyone who would carry out the attack. Later, he allegedly posted a mugshot of Damien with the number 100K on it, implying the offer had grown to $100,000. The prosecution also presented audio they said captured Chocolate speaking to inmates inside the jail system, promising payment if they carried out the hit behind bars.
They got him
One
bad.
video shown to jurors was described as especially direct. In it, prosecutors claimed he said he had the money, $100,000, and wanted Damien taken out, even in prison. They also pointed to a song he released around that time
They got him.
titled
They nailed him to the
Pinchala,
cross.
which translates loosely to stab him. Prosecutors argued the lyrics weren't metaphorical artistry, but evidence of intent.
Oh man, he got hit. I know he shot. That's a
His
shot
case
face.
went before a
That's I
judge
can't
in
believe it
Miami-Dade
face.
County. A 7-person jury heard days of testimony, audio, video, and social media evidence. Chocolate MC took the stand in his own defense. He insisted he wasn't capable of killing anyone, arguing that prosecutors misunderstood or misinterpreted his words, that they were emotional, raw reactions to losing someone he loved. At one point, he raised a piece of paper to the jury that read, Dios conmigo, quien contra mí, translating to God is with me, who is against me. The defense also presented
he
evidence
guilty.
about his personal struggles.
He guilty.
Records showed he had been treated for mental health issues in Cuba and that he had battled addiction since his teenage years.
He guilty.
But after deliberating for less than 2 hours, the jury returned a unanimous guilty verdict. He
Yeah,
was convicted of
told you.
first-degree murder, solicitation, and written threats to kill or cause bodily injury. In the courtroom, he broke down. Outside, his girlfriend told reporters he was not a killer, only a man who had been overwhelmed by grief. Chocolate MC is facing up to 15 years in prison.
Damn.
Do you guys
And
think
he
his
already
actions
grown.
are-
I ain't gonna lie, that's why you gotta stay off social media. Y'all be trying to do all this gangster hitman shit on social media and wonder why you get caught. This is why. You can't do it. You're not Tony Montana. I know you look at the movies, look at the TV shows, you look at the people on Instagram and they be like, damn, they be wilding out, ha he he. That's not real life though. Y'all be trying to make this social media shit real life. That's not real life, bro. You gotta be smarter than that. I'm trying to tell you.
Justified?